one of the things that that we have to be positive about life, like you mentioned, is that there is always someone in the worst situation than you are, right?
Oh yeah, that's
We
yeah.
always think like, oh, I hate rock bottom, I'm never gonna get out of this, but that's not true, right? I feel like yeah, we have to bring that positive aspect in our lives and
Yeah.
say, hey, you're not alone in this. Like, I might not relate completely where you are right now, but hey, like, what can I do to help? And
I know a lot of people that, you know, have come here at a young age and went through the same thing or like similar, like went through university and like now they're working at a good job. And then, they're part of like the DACA program. And, those liberties can be taken away instantly.
mhm,
And like, I just feel like you contribute so much to something and, like, it's just gone.
yeah,
And your story behind like coming at a very young age, achieving your goals, figuring out how the heck am I going to do this without knowing anything is a true inspiration, man, to anybody that wants to come to this country, because this country can give you so many opportunities that in other countries just you can't, because of corruption. I mean, it's super super sad, but that's the reality of the life that is being lived here on this earth.
yeah. No, I know the great point that you bring. That it is funny that you say that, that these people come at young age and they're
Yeah.
established something and they know this is the only life that they know. To this day, I love this country is my country. Like, I always joke with my friends that they don't even have to ask me to deny my country twice, my original country,
Yeah.
because I feel like I never belong there. We
Yeah.
always looking for that place of belonging. So these people, DACA, fighting this battle, I can relate 100% with them because they don't know any other country. This is their country. This is where they belong. Their lives are here. Their families are here.
Yeah.
Like even just me that I came 60 years. I was already 16, and now I don't see any other country as my home country. This is my country. This is where I belong. I will die for this country. That's how much I love this country, and not just because of the opportunities given to me, but the place that has been provided, the place that has given in me in society, to me in society. That's the sense of belonging. I think that was
I, I totally agree with you, man. I just don't know what goes through people's heads to make a decision of like ending a program that at the end of the day, man, benefits everybody. Like, if you don't want to be something in this country, you will not be something in this country. But if you want to be somebody, you will be somebody.
exactly.
Like I said, persistence, right? That's number one, man. If you're persistent in something that you want to achieve, it's gold.
Yeah,
You will make it happen, regardless of the situation.
yeah,
And some people just don't have it. Some people just don't. They don't have that drive in wanting to be somebody, because in their growing up stages, when they were kids, they were never put to go sell paletas or go sell whatever, or put in those experiences. And I think it starts as a kid. It starts as a kid at a very young age. I feel like you have to have those experiences to understand the meaning of what life is going to throw at you at a later stage. Yeah. And from both of our experiences, we lived totally different lives, right? I was born and raised in Houston, Texas, first generation American citizen, Mexican American. And my parents were lived your life basically. They came at 16, 15 years old. So, I've heard those stories before, and it just is crazy how things have not changed throughout the life.
yeah,
You look back at history, things have not changed. Things are the same. only advances that we've had so far is technology
Mm-hmm.
and information, access to information. Now we can see what's behind the blinds, right? And not really good things are behind there, you know? And people are now starting to wake up and question, just like how you questioned, right? And figure out if this is some place that they want to live and grow and, you know, build the next generation of Americans. And I feel like we had to, especially our generation, you know, the millennial generation and the Gen Z generation, have to be able to change something to make life a little bit, just a little bit more easier, but still having, you know, the same type of like persistence and drive within people to live that American dream that they want to live. But if you're putting hurdles, intentional hurdles, then it's gonna be super hard.
Exactly.
Like super hard. It's gonna be linearly impossible. But there is still a way. I'm not saying there's not. There is still a way, and people have done it. And if I can get those people in front of me, talk to me a little bit about how they did it, just like I was speaking to you, then that would help their situation.
You know that you mentioned another great point. You're making a great point in here. No, definitely. One of the things I think is we had to get stories out, because the way you move people is you know, to share your story, like where you come
Yeah.
from, who you are. And I was guilty, you know, not doing that, because I was afraid of being targeted, you know, because of my situation, right, my status. And I was afraid to not share my story. And I think WCE, if there is something that I would say taught me, was to free myself from that. And I owe that to Dave Cook. He inspired me to be free. I would never share my story to tell you how it came and how, like, I would never be able to share that.
This is the first time. Exclusive.
It's exclusive.
Breaking news.
Exclusive. Subscribe. No, definitely. You know, and we have to put these stories up there. Like, I feel like morally, I feel responsible for sharing my story now with other people, because it's stories like mine that, you know, from someone that came to this country with nothing but like I say, a bag of dreams and nothing else. You know, it makes a difference. You know, like, we're not rapers, we're not bad people, we're not, you know, like the people with the labels. You know, I don't subscribe to any of that. I was just a human being that wanted to escape a country that I knew that it wasn't gonna give me the education that I wanted, the place, you know, to belong, you know, to. And I escaped that, and I find that here. And ever since I came here, I pay my taxes, I pay my dues. I am a good, you know, human being. I do the right thing. So, you know, I came here to do good for myself, to do good for my family, and to do good for society, for the greater good. And I feel like we had to get the stories up there. I wish I can, you know, like, say my story to thousands of other people. Hopefully,
maybe it's gonna reach 1,000 of people. What do you mean?
I hope so, but yeah, no, definitely. You know, like, we had to get our stories, like our parents' stories, our own stories up there, and, you know, like, educate the people that we're not bad people. We just want a place. We just want to belong. We just want to be, you know, contribute, keep generate. We are the engine of this nation.